WWE Superstar Liv Morgan's road to recovery. Liv Morgan met with an injury on Monday Night Raw on February 10th. There was a tag team match that took place in which Liv Morgan suffered an injury during her battle against Damage CTRL on Monday Night Raw. During the match, both the wrestlers Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez carried out a battering ram smack on Damage CTRL members and fought hard, but unfortunately, they received defeat at the hands of their opponents. Liv Morgan recently shared some information about her current injury condition through various social media accounts after the incident that on Monday Night Raw. Liv Morgan looked to be seriously injured and left the ring bleeding. While most thought that she got a cut near her eye from Io Sky's knee strike, others said that it was all Raquel Rodriguez's fault. The match had reached an interesting phase, and right then, unfortunately, Rodriguez smashed too hard on Morgan's face, resulting in a cut near her eye while recovering from her injury. Liv Morgan addressed her fans' concerns about her eye condition by sharing a photo on social media revealing her stitches, showing the actual state of her injury despite the setback. Morgan has kept her focus on the upcoming Elimination Chamber event, which will be held on March 1st in Toronto, as this match could secure her a title opportunity at WrestleMania 41. Liv Morgan, along with Bayley, Bianca Belair, and Alexa Bliss are confirmed participants in the Elimination Chamber match, with 2 spots still to be filled by remaining competitors. According to WWE's backstage information, the former WWE Women's World Champion Liv Morgan is looking fine and recovering pretty well from her injury. Additionally, she needed some stitches to heal the injury. So, from this point of view, it looks like she will be able to participate in the main event of the Elimination Chamber. Liv Morgan suffers bloody injury on Monday Night Raw on the February 10th episode of Monday Night Raw. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez of the Judgment Day, and Io Sky and Dakota Kai of Damage CTRL stole the show with an incredible tag team match. The bout was filled with great back-and-forth action, high-flying maneuvers, and great teamwork that kept you guessing who would win until the very end additionally. The match was filled with a good amount of color, something that wasn't intended. Toward the end of the match, Sky hit Morgan with a running knee in order to break up a pinfall. Unfortunately, the knee also left a gnarly cut just above Morgan's eye, while Judgment Day came up short in the match. Morgan got a last laugh when she shared images of the wound on social media, captioning them with, "Dominic Mysterio says I'm still cute." While Judgment Day came up short in the match, Morgan got a last laugh when she shared images of the wound on social media, captioning them with, "Dominic Mysterio says I'm still cute." Eventually, Ripley would return, leading to a massive feud with Morgan over the title and Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Mysterio would eventually turn on Ripley at SummerSlam, helping Morgan retain the title. While the feud with Ripley continued, Morgan would go on to defeat WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax to become the inaugural Women's Crown Jewel Championship. Morgan and Mysterio would continue to feud with Ripley, leading to Ripley eventually winning the title. At the Netflix premiere of Monday Night Raw, Morgan made her professional wrestling debut in 2014 as part of NXT. In 2017, she would eventually make her main roster debut on SmackDown as part of the Riot Squad with Ruby Riott, Ruby Soho, and Sarah Logan, Valhalla. She has remained. WWE veteran joins Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, and 2 others in the Women's Elimination Chamber match after defeating current champion. Another qualifying match for the Women's Elimination Chamber took place on the latest episode of SmackDown. Naomi collided with Chelsea Green, and only one of them advanced. Piper Niven accompanied the Women's United States Champion at ringside, and Bianca Belair was also there to support her tag team partner. Naomi went for several pinfall attempts soon after the bell rang. Chelsea Green slapped Naomi, and the latter hit her with a few kicks and a leg drop. The Women's Tag Champion went for a Meteora, and the Hot Mess hit her with a pump kick outside. Chelsea sent her opponent face first into the bottom turnbuckle and hit an enziguri for a 2 count. Naomi took out Green with a crossbody off the top rope. She hit another kick, a bulldog, and a scissor kick for a 2 count. Naomi then spiked Chelsea Green's head on the apron and went for a split-legged moonsault, but missed. Chelsea hit her with the Rough Rider and got a 2 count. Green nailed her opponent with a backstabber for a near fall. Naomi then did a facebuster and executed a split-legged moonsault to get the win. Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, and Naomi have all qualified for the Women's Elimination Chamber match. Liv Morgan WWE injury update following RW between the two. Tiffany and Rhea I think I'd rather see Rhea, because she and Rhea had such an incredible match 2 years ago. They haven't had a match like that in women's division that I've seen on TV anywhere. Rhea won the match, but it was the best match on the show. It was incredible. Following a bloody match on WWE Monday Night Raw, a new report has revealed an injury update on Liv Morgan. On the February 10th edition of WWE Raw, Damage CTRL's Io Sky and Dakota Kai defeated Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez of the Judgment Day. During the course of the bout, Morgan suffered an apparent injury where she came up bleeding after a knee from Sky. Later in the program, Morgan was sporting a big bruise on her face during a backstage segment after the tag team bout. Fightful Select, subscription required, provided an update, noting that word backstage was Liv Morgan appeared to be okay, but may need stitches. The report reads, Liv Morgan got busted open by a knee, but word backstage was that she appeared to be okay, but may need stitches. Morgan will face Bianca Belair, Bayley, and 3 other participants in the Women's Elimination Chamber match at the titular event on March 1st. Kairi Sane sends a message to Liv Morgan. WWE star shares brutal fallout of serious injury. WWE Superstar Kairi Sane recently took to social media to send a message to former Women's World Champion Liv Morgan. The Judgment Day star suffered a brutal injury on this week's Monday Night Raw during the latest episode of the Red Brand. Liv Morgan teamed up with Raquel Rodriguez to face Damage CTRL's Io Sky and Dakota Kai. All of the women involved in the bout put on an amazing display, but the match ultimately ended in Sky and Kai's favor. However, during the bout, Morgan suffered a brutal injury near her eye and started bleeding heavily. Following the show, the Judgment Day star had to get several stitches to close up her wound. She recently took to X/Twitter to show off her injury. This post caught Kairi Sane's attention, and she uploaded a photo of a similar eye injury that she had suffered in September last year while competing against Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. The Damage CTRL member also sent a message to Morgan with several emojis. Former WWE writer reacted to Liv Morgan's brutal injury on Raw. During a recent edition of Sportskeeda Wrestling's Legion of Raw, former WWE writer Vince Russo reacted to Liv Morgan's brutal eye injury, saying that he believed she was extremely tough for a person of her stature. Did you see that nasty gash on Liv Morgan's eye, man? Wow, she is tough. I gotta give you that, man. That was a nasty gash on her eye. Did you see how that happened, Chris? I wasn't watching closely enough. I mean, she had like a boxer's cut. I mean, wow. She is tough, man. Liv Morgan is tough for a girl her size, and that was nasty. Liv Morgan has qualified for this year's Women's Elimination Chamber match. It will be interesting to see what WWE has planned for the Judgment Day star's future. Liv Morgan smiles through the pain after suffering a nasty cut on WWE Raw. It was a rough night for Liv Morgan Monday on Raw, who suffered both insult and injury. In a tag team match pitting her and Raquel Rodriguez against Io Sky and Dakota Kai of Damage CTRL, Morgan was pinned by Sky. But before that, she suffered a gnarly cut just over her right eye during the final minutes of the match. Rodriguez and Morgan paired up for some unique tandem offense. Rodriguez scooped Morgan up as if she was going to powerbomb her. Instead, she used Morgan as a weapon, swinging her body into the ribs of Sky, then Kai. Morgan's injury appeared to occur right after she collided with Sky. However, she started holding her face after hitting Dakota later. After Morgan blasted Kai with Oblivion, Sky plowed through her with a running knee lift. That incapacitated Morgan for several moments, who was briefly checked on by the referee. Ultimately, Sky put Morgan down for the 3 count with her signature moonsault, despite the grisly nature of her injury. Morgan was all smiles afterward. "Io, you could never make me ugly," said the former women's world champ in a video she shared to X along with pictures of her cut. Although she and Rodriguez lost, they still have a title match coming with reigning women's tag team champions Bianca Belair